Hello and welcome to our latest edition of DQ&A Specialist Spotlight. I'm Ed Auden and I'm delighted to be joined by our managing cloud consultant, Chris Berger, to hear his take on opportunities for marketers leveraging cloud solutions to learn more about their customers, but also to be able to scale performance. If you're lucky, we might also touch on music too. So how are things, Chris?
Great, thanks, Ed. How are you?
Yeah, very good. So I think first up, it would just be good to hear more from you about the types of projects that you get involved with at DQ&A.
Yeah, sure. So we work on a wide range of projects. I guess they'll mainly be put into two major categories, so data provisioning and data activation. Data provisioning is essentially our ETL, so putting your first-party data from GMP into something like BigQuery to form customer data platforms or general foundations for your reporting and modeling. This is an important prerequisite for a lot of advanced maturity projects because reporting directly out of platforms means you can just report. So pulling GMP data into Data Studio is just for the purposes of reporting. If you're going to pull this kind of data provisioning project off, you'd have that data set outside of the platforms for purposes such as data predictive modeling and data activation. A number of other benefits as well. So higher level omni-channel reporting across your marketing mix, very granular questions across your ads data and analytics and CRM even, and also no platform limitations such as sampling as well, which you get. So that's data provisioning. The data activation side is more concerned with what you do with insights after you've gathered them from that data. So, for example, this would be adjusting how much you spend across your different marketing mix, so adjusting budgets and adjusting the messaging that you show for maybe higher value users. So in most data activation projects, there's usually an element of machine learning as well, of predictions. So we're not just adjusting our strategy based on past user behaviors, but we're actually trying to predict user behaviors and then react accordingly before they happen. So yeah, that's the both kind of areas of projects we offer.
Yeah, that's really interesting. And continuing on the machine learning theme, we take programmatic advertising, for example, and actually that movement away from use of third-party cookies towards machine learning and use of first-party audiences. How do you see a cloud solution like BigQuery being able to supercharge that approach?
Yeah, so first, let's talk about the third-party deprecation of cookies. So this is it's not too much impact on a data activation point of view because we mostly work with first-party data. So, for instance, your lifetime value predictions are based on maybe behavioral data from your web analytics platform or subscription types for users from your CRM, or even summed up revenue from a user in your CRM. So all of this info is first party to create first party audiences for you. So we can't do things like lookalikes to pull similar audiences that we haven't interacted with yet, but we can do a lot more in how we kind of interact with those known audiences to us. And I guess once you have those first party audiences, the only thing that's left to do again is just to adjust your messaging based on your kind of perceived value of those audiences. Second part of the question, so how can BigQuery be used to leverage your first-party data better? I guess one thing I wanted to touch on here was that there is quite a common misconception around BigQuery as a kind of turnkey product, I guess, where you can just kind of plug it into your GMP stack, turn it on, and it kind of produces these higher low-value audiences or other classifications of audience. You can do that, but you need the right personnel in place to do this. So you're talking data scientists or your data engineers. So it's kind of these kind of projects are a blessing and a curse because they're 100% sort of bespoke and tailored to your needs, but they also require a lot of time and expertise to build. So that's why we have a varying level of service that we offer as well. So for example, the well-equipped clients who have a solid data science and engineering team, we normally offer some kind of training to help you through the process of building maybe a lifetime value project or a custom attribution project, down to a kind of a consultative approach, I guess, where there's some level of handholding needed. So you kind of half confident, I guess, that you can pull it off yourselves, but you would like some steering in the right direction. And finally, we also offer sort of full builds. So if you're not comfortable building these kind of projects yourself, then we offer a full service there and handover as well.
Yeah, that's brilliant. So there's definitely both a talent and a technology element to it.
Definitely.
Yeah, also just out of curiosity, away from the code, I hear you're a talented musician. How often does the guitar come out?
Well, every day at the moment. Yeah, so I go through stints, but at the moment practicing about an hour or two a day, something like that. Mostly playing classical stuff, so romantic era. So a couple of, if you haven't listened to a lot of classical guitar music before, I'd suggest Johann Caspar Merz and Napoleon Costa are two of my favorite composers. Actually, Giulio Rogondi as well. Another recommendation. Go have a listen.
That's awesome. Guys, thanks for joining Chris and I today. If you have any questions for him or our wider delivery team, then feel free to drop us an email at the email address below. But thanks for joining.
Great. Thanks for having me, Ed. Thank you. Have a good day.